I want to talk about something today that I hear from a lot of women, and I just want you to notice if it lands. You have makeup, you like makeup, and yet you don't use it anymore. And if that's you, I want to pause here for a second and say this. It's probably not because you stopped caring. Most women don't just stop using makeup and feel neutral about it. They usually tell themselves a story. The story might sound like, I've let myself go, or I'm lazy, or I don't care anymore, or what's the point? And the longer you tell that story, the heavier the makeup drawer gets. Not physically, but emotionally. Because every time you open it, you're not just seeing products, you're seeing a quiet accusation. So let's let that sit for a minute. And I want to just gently remind you that that story is usually wrong. Our brains will repeat what feels emotionally rewarding, and we will slowly disengage from what feels emotionally expensive. I'm not blowing any sunshine here. It's just basic human wiring. When something gives us a sense of pleasure, meaning, or safety, the brain nudges us towards it. Trust me, I know this firsthand because my brain consistently nudges me towards pizza all the time. When something starts costing more than it gives back, the brain will start to pull away. It doesn't announce it. It doesn't argue. It just stops offering the impulse. This is why you can genuinely like something and still not reach for it. And this will happen with makeup. But in reality, this will also happen with journaling, art projects, decorating, cooking, getting dressed up, anything that once felt like self-care. For a lot of women, makeup used to feel like something very personal. Maybe it was creativity, maybe it was connection, maybe it was quiet time or identity. Maybe it was just the one thing that felt like yours. But over time, the emotional payoff changed. You might have put the effort in and still felt invisible, or felt judged, or felt like nobody really noticed anyway. Or maybe life just got a little bit heavier. Work, caregiving, stress, loss, or that feeling that you've just gotten older. And then makeup suddenly just stopped feeling like play and started feeling more like effort. So your brain learned something very simple. This doesn't give me anything back anymore. And so therefore, eventually, you stopped reaching for it. For me, there were times when reaching for my makeup had nothing to do with looking better. It was all about reminding myself that I was still worth the effort. Not for anyone else, not for approval, and absolutely not to prove anything to anyone. Just a very quiet signal to myself that I needed and deserved my own attention. And then there were other times that I just didn't reach for it at all. And that was information too. So this is the part that I really want you to hear me on. Because a lot of women will jump right into blaming themselves and shaming themselves and telling themselves that they're not worthy of anything, not just makeup, but anything in their life that brings them joy. If you're not using your makeup, it's very easy to tell yourself that you failed or that you shouldn't have bought it or that you wasted time or wasted money. But none of that's true. As I said before, what's really happening here is that your brain is pulling you back from something that no longer is associated with a good feeling. So it's just your system protecting you and trying to protect your energy instead of putting it somewhere that is just not giving you good vibes. And if you can just look at it that way and reconnect your makeup with good feelings, the shame and the bad feelings will start to dissipate. Not using your makeup really has nothing to do with the makeup. It's all about how you feel about yourself and your worthiness. You start withdrawing that care, that self-care, because you've stopped feeling worth the effort. And just so you know, you don't earn your worth by looking a certain way. Makeup gets to be a choice, not a requirement, but it's a choice that you deserve. Those two things can be true at the same time. You're allowed to rest from trying, but you're also allowed to return at any time. Sometimes understanding why you stopped doing something will open the door and allow you to reconnect. And sometimes it's enough just to know that you're not broken for stopping. For those of us that love our makeup, sometimes we just don't have the energy to sit down and actually do it. But here's what I know to be true. There have been many times that I have not wanted to put on my makeup, even to do a video. I'm going to use a video as a prime example. I will hem and haw. I've got to put makeup on so that I can do this video. I don't feel like doing it, And I will beat myself up and time will pass and I'm like, I really need to sit down and put this makeup on and do this video. And I just am not feeling my best. I'm not feeling good about myself. I don't feel like that I deserve to put the makeup on. I don't deserve to do the video, all the things. And instantly, when I start to apply the makeup, I feel different. It starts to change my energy. And by the time that I'm done putting my makeup on, I have enjoyed that entire process and I feel totally rejuvenated. There is something very special about sitting with yourself and giving yourself that self-care, that attention from yourself, who is the most important person that you need attention from. When you sit and look at yourself in the mirror and look into your own eyes and give yourself that self-care, it is the ultimate expression of self-love. So if this video resonated with you and you have stopped allowing yourself to enjoy your makeup or any other form of self-expression, hobby, anything that brings you joy, I hope that you will allow yourself the grace to pick up an eyeshadow palette and play with your makeup, or pick up your yarn if you crochet, or a paintbrush if you paint, or whatever it is. And if you find yourself struggling to just start with something extremely small and just do that consistently until you can build yourself back up enough to know that you are absolutely 1,000% worth all of the things. All of the things. Don't ever let anyone make you feel less than. And more importantly, Don't make yourself feel less than. I'm here to tell you from the bottom of my heart that you deserve all the things. And with that, I'm going to remind you, as always, that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Pull your makeup out and play with it. Find something to be grateful for today. And I'll see you in my next video. Okay. Love you. Bye.